Bianchi the Athletic. So all these months later, have you figured out how you were able to make the bottom work when no one else really can here?
Well, I've always been that way in my career. I've always been one to run the bottom a lot. Even last week, obviously the bottom was kind of where you needed to be last week in Vegas, but I feel like I made the bottom work really well in Vegas and have been able to make it work at a lot of various racetracks, not just Homestead. And back in 2019, like I was saying a second ago in the truck series, I ran the bottom there all race long and won the race on the bottom in 2019 in the trucks. So in practice, the crazy thing was in practice, I was trying to run the top for a while in practice, and I could not make it work. I was too tight running the top in practice last year. And at the very end of practice, they told me, hey, just go back and do what you were doing. Let's see where we stack up. And I started just running the bottom and middle lane again. As soon as I did that, we thought we had a decent race car. And then qualifying happened. I didn't do a good lap in qualifying. And I was scratching my head a little bit going into the race. I'm like, man, because I'm sitting here thinking I'm going to have to go run the fence. And I'm thinking that that's the only way I'm going to win the race and make it to Phoenix and make it to the Final Four is to go run the fence. And I don't know what it was, but I went to sleep that night, woke up that morning for race day, and I just had it in my mind. I said, look, I'm just going to run the bottom. I'm going to go do my own thing. And until it doesn't work and somebody rips around the top and passes me on the outside, I'm just going to go run the bottom and just be down here catfishing, doing my own deal. And as soon as the race started, everybody starts moving up and migrating up, and I'm on the bottom, and I'm passing cars, and I'm like, heck, this is where I need to be. This is where the speed's at. So I think, too, on top of saying that, the reason I'm able to make it work and do the things that I do on the bottom is I seem to like a very loose race car for the most part. And for whatever reason, the way that I like the car set up and the way that I like to have it on the free side, it just works being down on the bottom. I think that it makes it a lot easier. If I liked a very tight race car, I think it makes it harder for me to go run the bottom just because of how tighter of a radius it is. So, there's just a lot of different variables to it. First time here at Homestead, I was able to make the bottom work, and I've been able to do it ever since. Not saying that tomorrow I don't have to go run the top to be able to run with Larson. We'll just have to wait and see. But I feel really good about my chances if we have the same race car we did last year.
So you kind of answer the question a little bit is you don't 100% know you're going to run the bottom tomorrow. And then thirdly, I think drivers came up to you and be like, hey, how did you make the bottom here where this is a top heavy racetrack? So they may come and ask you for pointers?
I've had some people come up to me and ask, hey, are you going to go run the bottom again and wax us like you did last year? And I just kind of laugh about it. But I haven't had anyone actually come up to me yet and just say, flat out say, like, how do you make the bottom work here? I just saw Chandler Smith a second ago when I was walking up, and he just said, are you going to go run the bottom and wax everybody? And I just kind of laughed. And he said, I don't know how you do it. And I gave him a little bit of a little tidbit of something that I do here that I think works really well. And I told him to go try it in practice. So you'll have to watch him and see if he somewhat figures it out. We only talked for 10 seconds. So, I gave him just a little bit of a pointer that I don't really want to speak on, but I don't think it makes or breaks you winning here, but I think it definitely helps you in a certain area of the racetrack to maybe make really good lap time or not. It's been funny this week just talking to the guys at the shop and talking to some of the drivers at Colleague and stuff, and they haven't flat out asked me, but I've kind of told them just some areas to look at on the racetrack. Obviously, you don't want to give all your secrets away to your competition, but at the same time, they're alliance partners, and then obviously my teammate Jesse, like, I try to help them as much as I can, but at the same token, I still want to be the one on top. So some information I kind of keep to myself.